Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be reviewing FrostFire by Amanda Hocking. The book starts out with a prologue 4 years before the main events of the book. You follow Bryn as she tries to be the best tracker and eventually become I think they're called hug dragons. I can't really pronounce it. But anyways, she's trying to break free of all the restraints that her kingdom sets her, which is quite a lot because she doesn't look like a cane. All canes have gray or brown eyes and brown hair, where Bryn, as you can tell from the cover, has blonde hair and blue eyes like her mother because they're another race of troll that's living in their society. Let's see. And the funny part about her trying to fit in with the kingdom and try to move up on the social ladder, I guess you'd call it, is the fact that her parents used to be part of I wouldn't say they were a part of the royal family, but they were an extension. Like, they would have been like second to next in line for the throne if her parents hadn't fallen in love and denounced their titles. It made me really mad that, you know, this is true about her and everyone knows it's true, but no one accepts her. I mean, I don't know if they accepted her mother. They didn't really go into great detail about that, but Bryn definitely had a harder time because she wanted to be a hug dragon, which is the personal guards of the king and queen. In the prologue, you also meet the antagonist, Constantine Black, which, from what we learn in the prologue, tried to kill Bryn's father before she interrupts him, and he escapes, and then 4 years later, the main events of the story take place, and she's a tracker, one of the best trackers the kingdom has, and she runs into Constantine Black again, barely escaping, and races home with her changeling, Linus. Let's just call him Linus because I can't find his last name and I can't remember it either. Anyways, the events of this book are kind of slow in the beginning. You have a lot more action. If you read the trilogy, which was the first book, started out real slow and it's hard to get into. This book is kind of the same, but it has a lot more action in it. And you also meet Bryn's apparent love interest, Ridley Drisden. I don't know which one it is. One of the two. And you also meet Finn's little sister, Ember Holmes, who has become a tracker and one of Bryn's one of her only friends. Along with a Tilda, forgot her last name, who is Bryn's childhood friend. Now, I've already finished the series, so when I was first reading this and I saw that her love interest was her boss, Ridley Drisden, and was reading it and it said that they could both lose their jobs and, you know, it was inappropriate and was frowned upon and everything else, I was like, please do not let this be another Wendy Finn moment. I was like, please no. I'm not going to spoil that here. I'm going to review the other two books separately. But there was so much tension after they did kiss. But after they kissed, there was so much tension between them, it wasn't even funny. And then, let's see, about halfway, a little over halfway through the book, after they're trying to figure out what all Constantine is trying to do with the changelings, and after he attacks a couple more changelings, and eventually his partner, Bent Strum, kills one, they make their way to the Skulljair Kingdom to help find their missing queen, who, after we learn, I can't remember if you learned in this book or not, that Constantine actually warns her. That may be in book 2. I'm so sorry. These books, they really run together. The ending of this book has them attacking and eventually capturing Constantine Black and Bent Strum. Well, they think all well and good and everything. They're trying to figure out where they've hidden the queen. Well, Constantine doesn't know, because we find out later what exactly happens with the queen, but he doesn't know, and they come down to interrogate them, and Bent Strum has been killed. They assume he's killed himself, but Constantine says he was murdered. We find out that's a big question, like what the hell happened. The whole books are filled with unanswered questions, and it made my head spin. The second book, more than any, made my head really, really hurt trying to figure out what was going on and who was behind everything. Although I had a hunch in this book, I did not like the queen of the cane, Mina. I did not like her one bit. She seemed too false and happy, and I don't know, she just rubbed me the wrong way. So in this book, I suspected her being behind everything. But anyways, the end of the book really leaves you on a kind of cliffhanger, because Bryn goes down to try to reason with Constantine to get him to reveal the whereabouts of the queen. Well, when she gets down to the dungeons where they're being held in the Skoldier Palace, he's already escaped from his cell, and she has the keys. She's like wondering, how in the hell did he get out? Well, she gets a big surprise when the Kane's other arch enemy, Victor, what's his name? Victor Delang, attacks her, slams her head against the wall until she's rendered unconscious. And when she wakes up, they're both gone, and her and Ridley are having to return to the Kane what do you want to call it? A compound? A village? Whatever you want to call it. They're returning to the Kane. Anyways, the book overall got a 5 out of 5 stars for me on Goodreads. I really did enjoy this book. It did start out slow, so you kind of have to force yourself to read the first few chapters. But after that, I could not stop reading. It's a small book, yes, but I went between reading this and watching YouTube, so it only took me like 2 days to read it. That's how good it was. But anyways, that is pretty much the end of this review for FrostFire, and I hope to see you soon on my reviews for Ice Kissed and Crystal Kingdom. And I just want to point out, the titles of the Kane Chronicles really have nothing to do with the book. The covers, yes, they have a pretty, good thing. They pretty much, cover what the book is about, or at least a little part of it. But seriously, what the hell is this title supposed to mean? I don't get it. Sorry this part of the video is real shaky. I am off my tripod because I forgot to mention something. The point of view of Bryn Haven is so interesting to read from, because she's a tracker. I mean, we knew Finn was a tracker, but we didn't really know what all that entitled, and you learn so much more about the responsibilities and the dangers that trackers actually go through, and what all they have to put up with. So it was real interesting learning about that, and reading from such a strong, independent person's point of view it just made it so much better. But yeah, I loved reading from her point of view. I mean, I love strong characters, especially when it's a female character and she's changing the guy, not the other way around. Until next time, see you soon!